I know from past discussions that Europe is in very good hands for the next 6 months. It's a historic moment for the Czech Republic and one to which you bring your customary political skill. The Czech Presidency programme has set some important priorities, the 3 E's of energy, economic improvement and Europe's role in the world. And in the early days of your presidency, you have indeed been faced with substantial challenges. You have been to Moscow and Kiev, and you are working hard to get a deal to restore the flow of natural gas to European countries. You have displayed great diplomatic skills so far, working with Russia and Ukraine, but it is vital that the Russian government understands that holding nations to ransom is no way to conduct business in the modern world. You have led the way for the EU so far, and I congratulate you. And also in your work to resolve the current crisis in the Middle East, to bring about a credible ceasefire that will enable peace talks to resume. The economic crisis remains high on your agenda. You are supporting sensible measures to ensure the economic slowdown is tackled. You have been clear about the importance of Europe and the Member States not imposing new and heavy-handed regulation at European or national level. You have spoken of mobilising those countries who share your liberal economic outlook to oppose protectionism at this time. What we must do is ensure that any regulatory changes are proportionate and sensible. Finally, in a week's time there will be a new US President in the White House. I know we can rely on you, Mr. Prime Minister, to establish a good working relationship with President-elect Obama. I know you share my view that the future of the transatlantic alliance is vital to our security and our prosperity. I wish you every success. To quote Winston Churchill in his last great speech in the House of Commons, never flinch, never weary, and never despair. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Kirkhope. Mr. Vigenin, for 2 minutes, please.
Dear Madam President, dear Mr. Barroso, dear Mr. Topolanek, dear colleagues, we have to admit that the Czech Presidency faced a very difficult beginning. The aggravating economic crisis, the brutal military operation of Israel, and the biggest crisis with gas supplies for Europe so far. Your activity will become even more difficult with the rising political tensions related to the European election campaign. The end of your presidency will be marked by